Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my tutorial video about paper mache. My fiancée is holding the camera at the moment. I don't know what she did there. She's also not really healthy at the moment, and when you hear some coughing in the background, don't wonder it's her. I've prepared my paste. She also asked me how I know when it's enough powder I used. It's when the water is changing to a really milky white color. It's looking like milk with water. When it's like this, you have enough. The 15 minutes are over. You already see it's really sticky now. This is exactly what we wanted, so just stir it again. It's really looking like jelly or something. When it's like this, it's perfect. What?
I know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah! Yeah, it's perfect for dramatic humor. Yeah, no. I have ripped all those little newspaper pieces in the meanwhile, and now we will start with one of the cubes and cover it in paper mache. So you first need take one of these little pieces, little stripes or whatever you have ripped off. Put your fingers in the paste like this, so you have just a little bit of this jelly stuff sticking here on your fingers.
It looks so wrong.
Yeah, it looks wrong. I know it's, but it's pretty fun to play with it. So put this on this little piece so that it's wet enough, and then use your material you're using and just put it on and cover it. By the way, I'm sorry for my bit English. I'm German normally. You just have to repeat this process until you have covered the whole cube or whatever you want to make with paper mache. When you have really big materials or big pieces of armor or something you want to cover, you should really use bigger stripes. I have really tiny stripes with here because I have a really little piece here. For bigger projects, you also need big stripes like this, but don't use too big. It's easier to handle with little pieces instead of really big pieces, because it can be that you have little waves in the material and in the paper mache, and when it's dried, you have this the whole time. You can't change it anymore. And this is why I use little pieces. It's easier to handle, and you can always see where's something left, where do I have to put this on. And yeah, you see I'm just putting my pieces here at the ground. I have really easy PVC ground here, floor here, and you don't have to worry when it's at the floor or at the ground. You can just wash this paste off with warm water. You really need warm water or hot water, and you can just clean this off. Also, when you have some questions about how to make this, or still have some questions, just ask me, just write down in the comments. I will answer you as soon as I can. And don't be shy to ask me. It's better to ask 100 times instead of just making it and it's not gonna working, and then start whining about, this is shit, I don't use this anymore or something. No, it's better when you're asked a few times, and I will answer you how many times you. I will ask you always, really. I will really ask you always.
Answer.
Yeah, answer. Yeah, why? I said I'm German. I'm just a bit confused today. I haven't had breakfast yet, and
No coffee.
No coffee. Yeah, I'm just working with coffee, and I didn't had one today. And yeah, this is what you see what is happening then. I can't really think anymore, but you don't really need to think about when you have to work with this here. It's just get a piece, glue it, stick it on the piece, and yeah. Well, I like you.
Should I be jealous?
No, not really. Well, okay. Well, you just need to cover it, and you should probably do 3 layers at least. Then it should be hard enough. And when you want to dry it, just when you are when it's not really warm at your place or something, put it near a heater, not at the heater, because it's deforming then. Just put it near the heater, just like in front of it or something. And also when it's really hot outside or the sun is shining, you can put it right into the sun, but just for a little moment, like for 2-3 minutes, and then put it back to the shade, because there's also a really, really high chance that it will deform. So you really have always to check about your materials. When you have pieces, you want a little, you want it a bit round. I have this trick that I use a bottle, a plastic bottle or a glass bottle, whatever, it's fine. And put your work at this bottle, and the form will come from itself. So, well, at least it's really with this material, when as soon as it's dried, you can't change the form anymore. And it's really getting hard. It's so getting hard like bones. I remember I was at Gamescom a few years ago with my Darkness cosplay. You can see this on my page. I had this really, really big helmet with this huge wings, and there was someone who thought, oh yeah, there's someone with a cosplay, I can try this, just walk with all my power into it and let it break. Yeah, well, I felt something hit my helmet, but I didn't really knew what it was, and so I turned around and was looking to the direction where it should be come from, and I saw this guy walking away with holding his head because it was stronger than he thought. I was grinning. My helmet was absolutely okay. There was nothing, no damage, nothing. And yeah, well, probably this guy got some headache. So don't worry, this is material. This is really awesome. Well, when you want to make it waterproof, you should use some clear varnish or something for when you have painted. But first, of course, it really need to dry. The drying process is mostly 1 day, so you should really let it rest for 24 hours, and this will make it absolutely dry. When it's really hot outside and you put it outside in the shade, it can be that you already can paint it after 2 hours, but you really need high degrees for this. Okay, I think this should be enough of speaking now. When you have questions, like I said, just ask me. When you're German, of course, I will also answer in German. And I wish you good luck with your project. Just give it a try. It's really funny. It's a really awesome result. Yeah, I have some holes here and need to get over this. Like I said, just try it out. It's really cheap in materials. Well, the paste is mostly costing like, I don't know, here in Germany it's 3 or 4 euros. For the cardboard it was like 1 euro. Well, I used a complete sheet for this. But 1 euro, I mean, and newspapers is for free. You get it every week. Depends on the country you're from. Probably you get also newspapers daily or something. And water. Well, water. Everyone has water. Yeah, that's all you need. And I mean, everyone has somewhere a bowl and something to steer, and yeah, that's all you need. It's pretty cheap. Well, I haven't spent even 10 euros for this, so, and yeah, it's nice. Okay, this was my